Marketing Minute. Thanks for being a Success Club member. We appreciate you.
Exactly. Ignore the welcome to content class. Today is a marketing topic. We alternate back and forth. But that's all
we did
right.
an entire year of content class, though. So make sure that if you ever need content ideas, you go get in the content class tabs and check those out.
Exactly. We do still rotate around. So keep like once a month or so, we'll do a heavy hitting content class. So anyway, glad y'all, everyone that's here live, which before we hit record, we had Marcy, Sherry, Jate, Edie, all said hello. So good morning. If you're on replay, say hello in the comments and let us know.
Yep. Also, Julie, before we hit record, Julie was saying that something that we hope you know if you're watching it on replay, we do give a little bit of preferential treatment for those who join us live because we can be responsive to you when you join us live. So when you hear us throw out examples,
Exactly.
It's based off of who joins us live. So we get it if you can't be here, middle of the day on a Tuesday. But if you can be, then you get a little extra.
Exactly. And if you have a topic or if you have a question, burning desire, anything, come to our group and leave it there. Even if you can't make it live, we'll cover that for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether you want to be mentioned or not, we don't even have to mention you. So if you just have a topic you'd like for us to cover and not be, because we do have a lot of people that show up and they don't love to talk yet, and that's okay. Everybody's in a different space. So like, I don't like to do reels yet, so it's okay.
All right. So now that Julie's hit record, I can ask a question without getting in trouble. But who knows firsthand what analysis paralysis is? And when I say those words, I didn't coin the term. I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere but I have been using it for 7, 8 years. I've had it a long time. And I feel like the more businesses or the more concepts that I get to manage here at Socially Inclined alongside of the beautiful Julie, the harder it is to avoid this analysis paralysis thing, when in reality, if you could just stop it, you would be so much better off. So yeah, everyone struggles with it seems. Sherry is raising her hand. Her biggest problem. Edie says it's what I do daily. I love that emoji. That's like
me too. Facepalm.
And Marcy says overthinking. Yes. Yep. Yep. And I don't want to spoil this whole conversation with you, but the cure for analysis paralysis is the same as demotivation or unmotivatedness, and it is simply to take one single small action in the direction that you want to go. But we're going to talk more deeply about what that does.
Exactly. But remember that Take Action series? That was like that whole pretense of that. It's like, you know, one thing, because to get over that hump, like, and what to do, there's no shortage of things in your business that you need to do. Like, you just take the one small thing of marketing and then you think of the 100 things that you need to do. That's only one little smart part of your business, you know, as far as your day-to-day operation. So we get it. We get it. So I want to say really quick that I'm trying to think of who might be here. So Jessica's been here for, is it almost 8 years? October will be 8 years.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days.
Anyway, so I used to, for a long time, I protected Jessica from the overwhelm, from the analysis paralysis. Like, I would just, and I do this with all of our VAs and whatever, keep everything really compartmentalized because it is crazy. And now we're to this crazy level. And poor Jessica
Yeah, but I was just a little content gnome back then. So like I have a lot more responsibility now. So
that's what I mean. Yeah.
So on a daily basis, like, stop protecting me. We need to unpack this so we can get past it. So,
right. That's what I just wanted you to say, that because that's like, that's what it came to. She was like, stop. And so I stopped, and now it's like, whoa, but it's okay because everybody's like that. You have the same thing going on in your business. So,
well, yeah, because in the beginning, I didn't really want all of it because
Right.
I was on a cruise like 4 months out of a year, and all I wanted to do was make some content a few hours out of the week and then come back and get my paycheck. So,
But aren't we all so glad that we lured Jessica into marketing
yeah.
queen?
All
Yeah.
right, so we're going to move forward now. For those of you who are here live and you're willing to share, what is something that you've had analysis paralysis about in the last 24 to 72 hours? Like just in the last few days, what are you overthinking? And then I'm going to share what Julie and I were overthinking about
And
while
we
you're
still are a little
typing
bit.
that in, specifically about Marketing Minute, about content class. How many hundreds at this point we have done live trainings. And Julie and I, we get ready together so that we can kind of like get ready for the day, especially on Tuesday and Thursday mornings when we're about to do lives. And we could not for the life of us come up with a topic because we feel it went for better or for worse. We feel like we've already done a lot of topics. You know, how do you do a topic that will appeal to people like Jate and Marcy, who have been here for 2 or 3 years now, while also not scaring the
Right.
bejesus out of Edie and Sherry and a few everyone else who's been here just a few live classes. So we have a really hard time with some of these content classes. And I said it before we hit live. Make sure if you have a topic you'd like us to cover, we will cover it for you because we would love for this to be 100% user led and we will cover all of your topics
And
in
actionable.
the
We want
order
you
they're
to,
received.
yeah, we want you to take action. We want you to get over the hump. So,
Mm-hmm.
Jate, yay, Jate. So,
Jite.
Jate, for those
That
of you who
goes
don't
way
know,
back. That's like 3 years old now. I can't even believe it. Whenever I called her Jite in
yeah,
public for the first time, I was so embarrassed.
that was because I was like, I knew better because I wasn't sure. So, but I
You just
love the
couldn't say
name
it.
Jate. I think you need the little thing on it. We need something so that people know. So, all right.
So Jate's been overthinking creating a low price digital offer.
And this is Jessica's jam for y'all. Those of you who don't know Jate, she is fitness, fitness over 40,
Fierce,
without dieting.
sexy. Something.
That's the Vita that's not here.
Way too
Uh,
many taglines going through my mind right now.
exactly. Fit, fab, and fabulous, maybe. I can't remember what it is. I'm so sorry, Jate. But it is women over 40, and it's without dieting. So it's like healthy habits.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So let's boil this down. So you're having analysis paralysis, number one, because there's only 97,000 topics that you could choose, right? And you don't want to choose the wrong one. Okay. You don't want it to like put the effort into it and then it just be like not resonate with someone. So think about, so you know your topic and you know your target market really well. One of the things, so as I was having our analysis paralysis, we have another topic that we'll probably do later, but it was like really deciding what will connect with your audience. Okay. So what is their burning desire? What is their biggest problem? And then you want to solve it, especially a lot of times you're going to think about this the same as your freebie, but you're going to give more and you're going to deliver the transformation with that. And it should be something that is not going to just be something that they can Google. So that's going to, like, what it looks like for you. Is it, so what can I just say? So something that we've done is like we developed our MVP strategy that sort of is branding us differently than everybody else. There's all these content creators out there, right? People that do what we do. So maybe you can look at in developing your own strategy to whatever it is. Strategy is a scary word. think there was an email
Mhm.
that went out like that, but it can be something else. It doesn't have to be the word strategy, but it can be your own program. And again, it can be something little. What's your price point that you're looking to sell this for? Because that will sort of determine what's in it as well.
Yeah, and while she's typing that in, why don't we'll go on with some of our notes that we put together for this. So we've already talked a lot about what analysis paralysis is. It's really a major problem because it prevents you from taking action and moving forward, which is the way to build a business out of thin air, which is what we're all trying to do. So most likely, Jate, you're having analysis paralysis, and I'm speaking to Jate because she was the one who stepped up and gave us something. For those of you who are sitting there with your, oh, I'm having analysis paralysis about this, there's one of three reasons that I'd be willing to bet you're having analysis paralysis. You're either afraid of making the wrong decision, you are too much of a perfectionist to let your creativity soar and do what it's supposed to do, which causes you to research and analyze, and then you don't ever make a decision. Or three, you lack the information or the confidence to take action. Because sometimes, small business owners, maybe you're trying to push the envelope and you don't have enough information to make a decision. With Jate's example, maybe she doesn't know, and I don't think that this is the case because she has done a lot of work honing in on who her ideal client is, but maybe she doesn't have enough information to make an informed decision. So she just keeps this in her head, and maybe starts to feel overwhelmed and not know where to start with that. I doubt that's the case because she is pretty drilled down. She's very niched down as to who she tries to help and what she tries to help them with. But that is very common. We have some problems with that sometimes because we offer so many things, not necessarily a lack of information as much as a lack of knowing exactly who we want to target with what. So one of three reasons you're dealing with that analysis paralysis: the fear of making the wrong decision, perfectionism, a lack of information, and or confidence. So, but we're going to talk about how you can avoid those things.
Exactly. And first way, the first way is to set a deadline, right? So, Jate,
Do it by
you
September.
know today, if you're catching this on replay, is July 18th. Decide, let's make incremental, set the goal, or, set the deadline that you're going to decide what it's going to be. So, the reason I believe you specifically are having trouble with this is because of just like what it is you're going to put it out there. It's not that you're going to do it or what it is going to be the what, like what it looks like. And don't get hung up on the other side of that is like, it's got to be a course and it's got to be this. Execute whatever is easy. You establish that it's going to be a $9 product. Okay. So you've gotten over that hurdle. That's great. That's a low barrier, whatever. See if you can come up with like what would matter to you because you are your target market. So, what would make a change in your life? And then just mock it up. Make it a PDF that's easily downloaded. You have Shopify. You can do digital downloads on Shopify. So, the execution is not going to be hard as far as the delivery and the creation. So, set your deadline. And I would make it that you have to decide what this framework is, what the guts of it should be within 3 days. Like, don't sit on it. Like, really, give yourself till Friday and then just do it. And then give yourself to the next Friday to write it up. What it looks like. It can be your 5-step framework to whatever. It can be the, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good thing for you. But so the number one is to set the deadline. Okay. Number two, you've already done, and that's to talk to someone about it. All right. So you're talking to us, but take another step and let's like talk to a couple of people that have gone through and like that interact with you on social and be like, if I was going to put this out, what would you spend $9 on? What is life changing that could help you? So ask a couple of people. All right. And then the last is trust your gut. So you already know something that you feel will work. It's a $9 product. If you rush it to production, I mean, it's just a PDF. You know Canva, you can do the thing, put it up for sale, test it. If it doesn't work, do another one. It's okay. So, but trust your gut on this first one. I believe you have an idea. So just go with it and execute. Once you execute on it and can start talking about it and putting it out there, I think you're going to feel good about it.
Agreed. All right. I went ahead and did it. I just shared Jatay's group there because Edie said she wants to follow you and she's over 40 and definitely wants to check out your creation. Boom.
Awesome. And man,
So that's her group
Jatay's,
link.
yeah, I was going to say Jatay's content and putting herself out there, like since we've known Jatay, has been an amazing transformation. Like it has. I love seeing her content and what she puts into it. So I know
Yeah.
what you can put out there. So
And the other thing about Jatay that I really admire, this isn't a crush fest for Jatay, but this is her side hustle.
Mhm.
And I feel that because her real job is teaching at a really famous institute in New York. I just have too many brands to
Right.
where my time, I mean, I really admire everything she gets done, in spite of the struggle. Marcy says, mine is pushing for perfection. That holds me back. You and Julie should start a support group. It is a struggle, but I have to push through to get things accomplished. Yes, you and Julie should start an action group. I like to set stages to get things done by a certain time, so it pushes me to move into the next step.
Yep.
100%. Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. So perfectionism, so many people in business struggle with it because Jessica puts out tremendous quality product. Everything she does it to the level of perfection. But she doesn't struggle over the details. Right?
Sometimes I just post it and I'm like,
Oh, that was good. Yeah. And it is.
I don't want to watch it again. And I'm like, Julie, please don't watch it. She's like, I just watched it. It was fabulous. I'm like, ugh.
Right. So
It's the same thing when I sing. I never feel like it's good enough because I always feel like I could have done better. But at the
yeah, I
same
think
time, if
that's
I keep taking
natural.
takes, then I will never post anything.
Exactly. Man, that's like me in the podcast. It was rough, because we would have just done the take action and then roll to try to do a podcast and I couldn't remember where I was at. So yeah, perfectionism. So, and I'd be like, Jessica, let's do it again. She's like, nope.
No, because we'd be on the 4th hour, the 3rd take, and then it's like we'd always get 17 minutes into real pure gold and she'd just like stumble or say in one place. Well, we got to start over. And let's be honest, not a single podcast would have ever gotten published if I had put up with that.
Right. Ever. So, like, so the point of that is that you just have to trust your gut and go ahead and put it out there. Do the thing. People like to see things that are real, authentic.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if we stumble. So it makes you real. People do business with people. There, I got it in. So, and back to Jatay's, thing, we're talking about a PDF that's going to, or download, that's going to really help someone. Let me give you a little nudge. The longer you don't put it out there, the longer someone's struggling without that answer.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there that are ready to give you that $9 to get it, right? You just have to get over the hump. So, Marcy, the perfectionism, there are people that, are ready to see whatever it is that you're holding back on. So, I like your steps to, make sure stages that you get it done. So, let's see.
Yeah.
Take action. Terry says a take action group. Yeah. So we did a whole series on take action. It was a little bit different, but I mean, it was like small executable things because the whole topic of marketing seems so big. But again, that's a like everyone is holding back. They don't want to start reels. I'll use me as an example. I don't want to start reels because like, what's that first one going to look like? When they scroll all the way down, it's like, what's your first message? Why would it be? Yeah, stop. So
I
I'm going to
attempted
do
my
reels
first
today.
I attempted my first reel about a year ago. Don't go look at it.
And see, that
but
bothers me
but I
that
left it up because if
yeah,
I never started, it would never happen.
exactly. So now, and Jate does reels all the time now, right?
Mhm.
So Jate had not done a reel until, so I'm getting on the reel train. Um,
All right. So, helping you overcome analysis paralysis. We've kind of already talked about that. But, understanding why you're struggling, specifically kind of drilling down to that. Hopefully, Jate, we've been able to give you a little bit of, breathe a little bit of light into your motivation to make some decisions. I like what Julie said. I meant do it by September, as in like in steps. Give yourself
yeah,
three
the
to
end
4 days
product.
to figure it out. Give yourself a week deadline to get a nice bones draft in Canva. Give yourself another week to style and design it. Give yourself a week to build the landing page, but you got to stick to that. And that seems like, oh, that'll take 6 weeks. But 6 weeks will be here and gone before you know it. And if you do those little step by steps, it's the same thing as the famous book, The Slight Edge. It's the same thing as the famous book, 12-Week Year. You just do these little things every day that seem insignificant, that don't seem like a big step. And then each action helps you be more motivated to keep taking the action. And the more you hit these mini deadlines, the more empowered you feel to have that follow through that is so crucial when you work the way we all work.
Exactly. So, and it goes just same thing as what Marcy said, do it in stages. That's the same message here. So, but if you get finished with with a stage and you can roll into the next one, go for it. The people tend to sort of burn out. We've done a lot of things on the last 10%, right? So, if you don't keep pushing through, so if you feel like you can push on through and do the next thing, go ahead and do it because it's that last 10%. And in Jate's case, this last 10% is actually going to be the selling of it, the putting it out there. So as you're thinking about what the product will be, um, or what's going to be included in it, like also be thinking about like what it'll do for the people. That'll make that last part easy. So, or easier. Um, but I do think it should be some type of plan or strategy or something. Um,
Yeah, just be careful. I would steer away from doing a meal plan because there's a lot more liability in that than you think if you're not a registered dietitian. So,
okay.
um, just a little bit of tidbit from someone who used to work in health and fitness marketing.
Yeah, Marcy
Um,
says the stages help her to feel like she's accomplishing something. Yeah, I'm that person that like I like the to-do list, and if I just did something, I want to write it on the to-do list just so I can check it off because it gives that positive reinforcement. So same thing. Yeah.
yeah. All right. Does any other thoughts about analysis paralysis? A couple of you are being pretty quiet. That's fine. Um,
Yeah, and I really think action solves. Um,
everything.
yeah, just choosing. So like we're in a place like so many. Wow,
It's
what's that?
complicated. LOL. I get it.
um, you got so many balls in the air and you're trying to bring them all together. That's what our analysis paralysis is at right now.
Yeah.
So
So, Sherry, it's complicated, yes, but it's really not. You
it's
can
not.
the
You
the
have to
whole
decide.
thing you're kind of summing up is you take action and the next step becomes apparent.
Right.
Because just like with anything big that you're going to do, you don't have to know how you're going to get there. In
Just
2016, we had no idea how
what
we were
your
going
social
to,
plan would look like
yeah,
or
or
what.
how we were going to have a store outside of Etsy or um, anything like that. How we were going to have a platform to be live and teach, no idea. But one thing after another, one foot in front of the other. And it's so boring. It's so not, um, what am I trying to say?
Glamorous.
Yeah. Like there's this misconception, and even I had it in the beginning, like that creating a successful business was going to be like fireworks and explosions and like real climactic and all of that. And it's just not. It happens in the day-to-day, mundane, boring things that you do to move things just a tiny little ticker mark in the right direction.
Right. That's why you have to celebrate those. That's why you have to check your thing off with the star or cross it out or whatever to
Mm-hmm.
celebrate those things that push you through to the next step. So, yeah,
Yep. So, Sherry, if you feel like it's complicated, just think about one tiny 20-minute thing that you can do to move it or yourself or whatever it is in the right direction. Small, consistent action. I love that. Love it.
all right.
All right.
Anybody else that, and we've got other people on here that aren't talking. So, to give you an opportunity just to, if you've got anything that you want some advice for, it can be at work, it can be whatever. It's always good to talk to somebody about it, that clarity. So, like when Jessica and I are talking, I'm like, I'm seeing all the other 9,000 steps that I'm not telling you about, or the big picture things that this affects this and affects this and affects this. And it's like just being able to talk about it and getting a feedback on one piece can solve something else that's hanging out there.
For sure. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Marketing Minute Marketing Class. If you would like for us to talk about something specific, either next week or in our next live training, leave us a comment down below. If you're watching it on replay, message us, go to the Facebook group, give us some topic ideas there. Get some other people excited about Success Club, so that we can really make this exactly what you want it to be.
Exactly. And Jate, I can't wait to see what you come up with. And
Oh
if
yeah,
you, yeah,
I got my $9 ready.
that's right.
Oh, thoughts on threads. We're going to talk about threads on
We
Thursday.
we almost did threads today, so thought about it, but then we were trying to think that yeah,
Here's
so
here's
threads
a thought that can't wait, and you're already there. Early adapters always win. I sent an email
right,
about that on Friday.
exactly,
With threads and any new platform that comes out from now on, you need to be one of the first 1% up there. Create your profile, put out a post, start trying to do it. Just figure it out to the best you can until there's some kind of professional marketing strategy that comes out on it.
right. And been answering this all over the place. No third party like Socially Sweet can post to it yet. We hope so. We're ready as soon as it's released in the API, we've committed resources to bring it to where we can schedule them. So because we know scheduling is such a great thing. So
For sure.
we're excited for that to happen. So, all right.
All
So
right. Thank you,
Thursday,
everybody.
yeah. So Thursday we'll talk about threads more.
Okay. Live on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Tell all your friends and get ready to share it. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.